We need Triceratops power. Now! Wait. Hold up. Yo, Billy, I think the Zords got mixed up because today is Throwback Thunder ThorsDay. Welcome back to Throwback Thunder ThorsDay. We're going prehistoric with Transformers 1985's Dinobot Slag. That offends ya? It's 2022. It's a robot dinosaur. Give me a break. Part of the Dinobot team released in 1985, he transforms into a mighty prehistoric. Billy. No, sorry. Transforms into a mighty robotic Triceratops. Now, mine is missing accessories. He does, in fact, come with some pretty cool weapons. He came with a missile launcher, a red energon sword, or pronounced energo sword, silver electro blaster, and 3 silver rockets. And a little fun fact, like many bots from the Diaclone era, they had pilot compartments, and I'll show you where his pilot compartment is. It's right here in his chest. So your little Diaclone rider could sit in there, and if you look in there, you can get the lighting just right. You can see it says Takara and Japan inside of his chest. So, proving this is not a knockoff. This is the original Dinobot Slag. So I'll go over some of the figure's details. He does have, a well-sculpted face for its time. I must say, I'm impressed highly by many of these Generation 1 face sculpts. They're very robotic. They're very old style robotic in detail. So he does have a red visor. Does have some detail on his head crest, his mouth, silver plastic on his chest, and gold plastic. And I don't believe it's your regular typical gold plastic. It's more like vacuumized paint on him. He can do some rotation at his shoulder, although it is quite rickety wrecked. I'll pop his hand out. Does have vacuum red paint on this section of his torso. Does have a nice vibrant cherry red on the rest of his chest. Composes mainly of a silver gray plastic for most of the figure. Black plastic hands that do slide out of his forearm. Does have black plastic legs. And let's pop out his legs a little more. He does have gold on his feet. We'll come around. He's got black right here, and that was for a shoulder cannon that mine lacks, along with many other things. Clear plastic with a sticker underneath, showing some little techno gizmos. And we look right here. We got, it's upside down to you guys. Some dates. Hasbro. Take a look at his back. He's got his tail. Cool little thing with the Dinobots is that they had a lot of gold, vacuumized gold plastic that was covered with this translucent smoky smoky plastic. So it's his tail and his head. And it's cool. It looks like there's a seat in there, but again, the pilot's kind of lives in his chest. His red horns to ram into those deceitful Constructicons. Some more of the vacuumized silver on his back, along with some more Techno Gizmo Gadget stickers, and also a rub sign that, from my light, it is, or no, what? Let's see. It should, yep, it still works. Still works pretty good. There we go, because it just turned green. His little rub sign. And he's got vacuumized silver paint around the top of his head. So, it's a cool little thing with that. Unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of his weapons, but that's okay. Now, some more fun facts. The original photo product actually shows mistransformed legs. Slag's legs were originally designed to be fully moving, not just at the knees, and that's because of this little bit at his waist. And again, to show that's technically supposed to be his knees, and yes, he does have some knee articulation. So if you went in, I've seen some ways you can actually change that up, and his leg will move up at his thigh, top of his thigh. All right. The Canadian variant released in '85 featured a red helmet, silver face, red tail, red fist, and white thighs. And I'm assuming it's probably something to do with like the character design for the G1 cartoon. I can't really say for sure, but there's a lot of stuff that went towards like the original version that was the prototype design, and it got a little crazy, but this is Slag, and I can make do with that. It's definitely not Slag. It's Slag, but not Slag. You know what I mean? So how I got this figure, this was, let's say, about 2014. Me and some old friends were over at this thrift store called the Deseret Industries. And we're walking around. This was right before there was a little Comic-Con. At the time, it was right when they changed it to FanX. So it was around, it was around 2014. So we were looking around. Sometimes we'd be lucky and we'd find like vintage figures, especially like old Ninja Turtle figures. And I saw this clump of plastic on the floor in the toy aisle. Now, I just had this feeling, go and look. Go and take a look. See what it is. So I'll go over there, people walking, like almost like kicking it and stepping on it. And I run up and I grab it. And I look at it. And I remember seeing a 75-cent sticker on it. And I look at it more and more, and I'm like, no way, this has to be Generation 1 Dinobot. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, hey, it's definitely Slag. Because it was all crumpled up. I'm surprised it wasn't broken. And the first thing I looked at was the stamps in the mold. And it blew me away. I'm like, no way. I just found an almost complete, pretty much undamaged Generation 1 Dinobot Slag for 75 cents at a thrift store. So I go up, I buy it, and I was like, no way. And I mean, it's one of the only two that I have. I do have Generation 1 Grimlock back in, I think it was like 2018. There was a comparison challenge. And I did a comparison challenge of my Generation 1 Grimlock and my Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. So if you want to see that video, check that out, and you can check out the Grimlock. Now, with this, he does have a little bit of looseness. His horns are a little loose. But again, I can make do with that. That's not a problem. So, let's get him transformed back into Triceratops. Billy, you might want to... Oh, sorry. Alright, let's transform him. I mean, Billy, you can't keep trying to call the Megazord together. Sorry. Alright, let's get him transformed. Alright, and here he is in his Triceratops... Triceratops! Alright. Here he is in his Triceratops mode. And as you can see, he still has all the little techno gizmo stickers all over. He does have some feet that pop out. Right here, obviously, where feet usually are. Is that proper grammar? Does it really matter anymore these days? Yes, it does. Proper grammar is a key to any civilization. Alright, so, as you can see, he still has all of the details he did in his robot mode. And as you can see, this is what I was talking about. It looks like there's a little seat inside there where someone would sit. But again, seat is inside of his chest, where the heart is. And see, as you can see, he does have very loose horns. I can make do with that. Just having this and it's not broken, it's got me charmed. And he doesn't really have any articulation. He has articulation in the front legs just because of his robot mode. And if you really want to, the little flap that comes up that covers his face, you can open, and you can have it open like it's his mouth. That's a thing you can do with it. It's a thing you can do. So, another cool little thing about this figure is that there was some other versions of it. Again, there was a Canadian variant that had different colors. Even going up to 1992, this figure was released. It came back in 93 as part of Generation 2, and they brought back certain characters. They recolored them. I do have somewhere a partially complete G2 Slag. Only thing he's missing are his horns, but he's green, and he's gold, and he's red, and it's very 90s. It's a very 90s color scheme that poor little Slag has. And yeah, that's pretty much all of his details in his dino mode. His tail can't move. His head doesn't move. He can at least, pretend he has a mouth. Me Slag okay with this. That's Slag. Not confused with, the waste product of metal forging, which is called slag. Only other thing I accept as another version of that word. Won't go into it. Alright, so, thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And if you do, I appreciate it. I'm on this hashtag 400 by July campaign. We're getting real close, everyone. We're getting real close to getting 400. And that's, to me, that's like a light year from where I was at when I first started this channel. Even back when I hit 142 subscribers, it blows me away to think that I'm this close to 400. And, well, of course, if you are going to subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell to be alerted to new uploads from the Beastman coming to you, It's always a good time here in the Beastman's realm. Don't forget to check out previous Throwback Thunder ThorsDay episodes on the playlist. I've got some pretty cool figures if you haven't checked out. We even did Billy. Yeah. I love you, man. I love you. I did a review of the 1994 Blue Rangers Unicorn Thunderzord. Yeah. We're filming Billy. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, of course, follow me on my social medias at The Mighty Beastman on Instagram and Twitter, both at the name of The Mighty Beastman. So, thanks for watching. See you next time, and remember, transform and roll out. Also, it's Power Ranger time. It's Morphin time. Yeah. Alright, it's Morphin time. So, Slag, you want to consider being part of the Power Rangers team? Me, Slag, already part of a team. Well, Slag, if you and the other Dinobots need any help, feel free to let us know. Okay, me, Slag, will. Hey, Zordon. Teleport me back to the command center. The review's done. Alright, well, see you, Billy. Thanks for stopping by. And remember, check out more Dinobot action with my Grimlock G1 review.